Respect Podcast, presented by Mo Knows. It's your girl, Lady Simone. I'm your man, Mo, and our special guest, Miss Cassandra O'Neal.
Yes.
How you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Miss Cassandra is the author of this book that we have right here. It's entitled Our Day-to-Day Faith.
Yes.
Miss Cassandra.
And also, she has, because we came in on a beautiful voice.
Yes.
Beautiful voice and talented as far as Spanish.
International artist.
And yes. So we came, what's the title of your CD?
It's Once Again, Otra Vez, which means once again. It's a bilingual project. All the songs I've written.
Wow. How did you actually go bilingual on this album?
It was in me because I was at an all African American church, and it was like there. I feel like we did something in Spanish. And fast forward, I was approached after a church saw my training videos. I was approached about being a worship leader and got to talking with the guy. He was Latino, so we're talking, and they were looking for a worship leader who was bilingual, and I was like, okay. So now it came full spin, and so I'm at Camino Church. We're in Concord right now, but we are moving tomorrow. We're in a new location in Charlotte, and it's a multicultural bilingual. So everything we do is English and Spanish.
I'm sorry to cut you off.
I was gonna say we don't do it because everybody needs their language. They just need to be able to hear their word, the word in their language. We do it so that we can be together and do it.
Yeah.
Have you ever traveled out of the country to further your ministry?
I haven't, but my music has gone. That's how it got international, because it's playing in Canada and it's playing in South America. So it's in all of the other places. Like if I go there, it's like, it's all here. But he was like, oh, that's my homegirl down the street. But it's amazing.
Wow.
Well, tell us about your book, Our Day-to-Day Faith.
All right, so it's a 31-day devotional and journal. So as you're reading it, there's a space for maybe a question that I ask, like, what is God saying to you after reading this scripture and this daily devotional? And then that way you can jot down what you're feeling in your spirit or what you're feeling that God is saying. And then later be able to come back later on.
And you know what? I was looking for something more of a devotional, and then that aspect of being able to journal and write down. And I'm a part of a women's group. We actually did like a 30-day, I think it was a 40-day devotional. And that was like my very first time kind of coming together and doing something like that. So I'm definitely going to share that, your book with the group, because I think it's also, we need that. I like the fact that it's a devotional, but it's also something that I can actually write and keep track in, because I found myself, when you're doing a devotion, you kind of go back sometimes.
Right.
And then even if you go through it one time, it's good to actually read something and go back and say, oh, I was in this space, but now I'm in a different space. And you can kind of compare, so yeah, so I'm looking forward to actually reading that. It blessed me actually to get that. So I thank you for that. I look forward to it.
So I was inspired from being in a place where, if I can be transparent, I was like really fighting depression. I'm an encourager, so I found myself a lot of times I'm there to help support and encourage. And then I was in a place where it's like, who's here for me?
Yes.
Who's coming to encourage me? And it was the Lord. I know it was in my spirit. He says, then you write what you would want somebody to say to you. What is it that you want them to say to you to help you gird up your loins to find the strength again? And so that's what I'm doing. And I'm sharing some of my story in it. I'm sharing stories of other people that I know. The subtitle is Stories, Songs, and Supplications to Get You Through Your Day. So I may take the lyrics of a song. I may take a story, somebody else's story, my story, and just expound on it.
And that's so relatable, because, we often hear, check on your strong friend. And a lot of people say it, but they don't understand how much that means. And one thing for me that's so relatable about what you said is, I always say I'm a person that put that ink to that paper. and I write because I'm that strong friend that a lot of people come to. But then I feel lost sometimes. Who do I cry out to? So therefore, for you to put that, I know with me when I wrote, you know, and I was telling him, my first book was more so me writing about my story, but also through that character. There's so much relatable things in there. But my second book, there's so many people that came, and I'm like, I gotta tell their story. So to hear you say that, it's just kind of like confirmation for myself. Like as I'm writing, I'm going in the right direction the second time, and it's like full circle to bring that back. So I feel that, and I'm looking forward to that right there. Because for someone who was always that person to call on, and I'm fine with that because I understand God puts us in these positions, you know. But then He also brings something else that helps us through, and that's going to be my help through. So I look forward to actually reading that.
I'm glad.
Yes, and
I just
sharing
want to
that.
encourage anybody that's going through something or not going through something. You may know someone who is. Always, a book is always a good gift, because sometimes when you're having a conversation or when people are around, you may not feel like talking all the time. And with a book, you can sit, you can listen, you can hear. There's no interruptions.
Yes.
If you get tired, you can lay it down and come back later. But I just wanted to encourage you and everybody else that everything that we go through is really not even for us.
Yes.
It took me forever to get that. It's not for us that we're going through. It's for somebody else. And we get to show them how you go through it, what you did when you were going through it, now what you're doing that you're out of.
Yes.
But
you got to go and
with
share.
that right there, it has become a point of maturity and transparency, because we actually push that to the point where it pisses us off to be like, you're trying to really drive it into someone like this life is not ours.
Right.
So therefore, I totally understand that as well.
And that's a part of, we just was talking, you know, as we were listening, and I told him, I said, you know, it's one thing, I said, we get in, we're so used to being in a place and we're confined to our own being. I said, what we need to do is loosen up. I said, you got to loosen up when you're somewhere. We're always, if it's new to us, we're kind of standoffish. You know, when you open yourself up, I think that's when you kind of make these different connections. And that's the beautiful thing that we have to start doing, because that's how we are able to do
even
that.
a place where mental illness can actually start to actually grow, because you keep yourself in a confined space. And it's almost like, I was just telling her, it's almost like Harriet Tubman. She said that she would have been able to free more slaves if they only knew that they were slaves. If you keep yourself in this confined space, this is your normality. So this seems normal to you. But once you actually get into the public, such as a carnival, even an event such as this right here, you're wondering if everyone's looking at you. And honestly, they're really paying attention to the main attraction. So we actually, it's really good to be around other personalities outside of your norm. Maybe new food, new culture, like you said. You should just try different things. And it's, I think that's actually one way, if not, I say one way to start to deal with, I guess you'll say, mental ailments or whatnot.
And it's a need. There's a big need for it. Right now, the mental health, the way that we deal with the mental illness is terrible.
It's terrible. And you know, and that's one thing that's so within our community, if we can be honest. We think a prayer is going to send us through and everything is okay. And we have to be honest.
Faith without works. The faith takes you to pray.
Yes.
But faith without works is dead. When
dead.
you get up and say amen, okay, now what you're going to do with your hands, what you're going to do with your feet, what you're going to do with your voice, what you're going to do with your mind.
Yes.
So we have to be active. And it's close to my heart because I have a daughter that is has bipolar 1 disorder 1 with psychosis. So it's like I have to wake up in the morning, wait to find out who she's going to be today. That's just how, is she going to be this super hyper person, or the next day is it going to be that she's so depressed and then, don't want to do anything?
And I would say one thing too, we are blessed to be a part of something called Motivational 3, where we do motivational speaking on our Facebook page, and we have a friend of ours, Lloyd Hale. He's out of Colombia. He's big in mental health. He has a book, and when you say bipolar, he used to have, I'll say, schizophrenia. Yes, and if you speak to him now, it's just the beauty of seeing, and he's an advocate for that. So even that connection, I think that would be a blessing to you too, his book and different things like that. But it shows that if we really work at it, we can get through a lot of it. And I don't think the connection was even just from us meeting you and hearing that right there. It's a reason why we're all so connected. It brings us in full circle. So that was
absolutely. And Lloyd book, by the way, is
Open 80. Open
That's
80.
Our friend Lloyd Hill.
Yeah.
Like she said, we're part of a group called Motivation 3 where we attack. It wasn't planned. We didn't plan it out to be this way, but it just happened. Monday is my day. We call it Move Monday Moment. Wednesday is Lloyd's Wednesday Wow, and we have Friday Release Moon Fresh Fridays. And if you look at it, the 3 days are actually the 3 roughest days of the work week. You have Monday, which has the highest heart attack rate because people don't want to go to their job. And you have Wednesday, they like to call it hump day.
Yeah.
And then you have Friday where people feel like with everything that they went through, they can just kind of let it go on a Friday. But actually, no, it's really, the weekend is really when life hits you the hardest.
Right.
That's when things kind of go over your head. You may not be following your diet. You may not take your medication. You may not even answer your phone to check on that strong friend.
Yeah.
So nonetheless, that's how we actually structure. I won't say we structured that way, but that's how it panned out on Motivational 3. And I'm very proud of that. We're actually very proud of that as well.
Yeah.
One more question for you, so you can actually go ahead. I don't want to say go ahead. I'm sorry, but actually, we don't want to hold you up. I apologize about that. You have a prayer team with you as well.
Worship
team. I'm sorry, worship team. How long have you been working together as well?
Well, the team that opened up,
Yes.
that's a combination of Camino,
Okay.
my Latino sisters, they're all from Camino, and then my African American sisters. One was from Elevation, and the other 2 were from Nations 4, but we're all connected. So this is how we do it, because in heaven it's not just going to be black or white. And it's just good to see the different cultures coming together. And again, we're doing English and Spanish. So just think about it. Our Latino sisters, some of them don't speak well. We have one who does speak English very well. You wouldn't be able to pick out which one of them was either. But they can sing in English. And then we have none of my African American sisters, they don't speak Spanish at all. But we all sang together in Spanish. So the three ladies that were with me singing with Alfred, we've been together now 3 years. We call them Triple Threat. There's 3 of them, and the devil's terrified of them. But I've been here at Camino Church today, June the 1st. It's actually 5 years, right on it. 5 years. I know that now I'm in the direct center of God's will. African American woman, bilingual, now international recording artist. It's all God, and it would not have happened. And this is nothing against African American church. It's against segregated church. Okay, I just don't think we should be segregated. I don't remember when the permission was given for the church to be segregated. I know the world doesn't want us to be together, but this is how it's supposed to be. Every tribe, every tongue, every language. And so for me coming to Camino, I can tell you what I feel a sense of a place of refuge. And I know that sounds crazy, but when we had these riots happening in Charlotte, and it was always the white man and the Latinos saying the same thing, the white man, and then that was going on. When I come into the church at Camino, the first one to greet me at the door, I'm just making up a name, my brother Pedro. Hola, Cassandra, ¿cómo estás? Buena vente. I'm like, yeah, it's good to see you too. And then I walk on down a little way. Here's my, we call him Gringo. That's anybody that doesn't speak Spanish. Gringo or Caucasian sister. And Cassandra, how you doing? It's good to see you. And then we're all in here together and we're singing the Lord praise. So just like we did tonight, English and Spanish, that's how we do. We go back and forth. Most of the songs that you hear on the radio, we're doing them. We're doing some original stuff. So it's in me. And sometimes I forget I'm African American. One of the ladies did tell me, well, you might need to go back and spend about 1 month with your, and she's Latino sister. We need you to get back 1 month to your roots, because we need that gospel.
Yes, ma'am. Well, Ms. Cassandra, we appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
No problem. Any of your social sites, any of the projects, anything that you would like to promote while we actually have it?
You can find out all you need to know about Cassandra O'Neal at CassandraO'NealMinistries.com. That's Cassandra O'Neal, Oneal, Ministries.com. I'm on Facebook, Cassandra O'Neal. Instagram is Cassandra O'Neal Music. And it's on Facebook. Twitter, Cassandra O'Neal. thank you again for having me.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, please go pick up her book and check out her music. You
Amazon.
have merchandise on your site as well?
Yes, you can order the book through the website, and the music. All the music is on all of the digital sites. I am physically sold out of all CDs, and so now if you get a copy, it's commemorative because I'm not going to press anymore. Y'all going digital.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, appreciate your time again. We are with the All Due Respect podcast. I'm your man Mo. This is Miss Lady Simone, and our special guest, Miss Cassandra. Appreciate your time again, man.
Thank you.